Welcome to Old Talk United. I am President Chad. That is Devin. Welcome to the virtual bar.
Yes. Good afternoon, everybody, too.
Cheers.
Cheers. Having my celebratory glass of wine after playing this morning and winning. So, yes. Let me tell you something, Chad. Getting older is not fun. This recovery is not as easy as it used to be, though.
The only thing nice about getting old is the music. Music you grew up listening to and the music you listen to now has
I
become
feel
classic.
it's the air like after a game, I got to do the stretching before. I used to never stretch before I played. Now I got to stretch before and after. And like I used to never take any of that seriously. And now if I don't, then I get injured. I'm out for weeks. And then afterwards, I got to ice down and all this other stuff I did not have to do before. It's almost like you see Brian Lara's story the other day where he's like, note to self, don't play young man's games anymore. You saw that picture with him?
Welcome in, man, Raul.
Raul, everything good?
Check.
Raul coming in with a new shirt. Coming in with a highlighter.
Of course. I come in like lawn tennis ball flannel.
So, for those who may be a little wondering and all, what exactly is Old Talk United? Is it Old Talk? What is Old Talk United? Old Talk United is Old Talk is a Caribbean phrase where is old OLD, but we cut it down, as Caribbean people do, we shorten words. We say old talk. And it means small talk, it bar talk, pub talk when men get together, women too, and we just have casual conversations, normally about sports. And in this case, Old Talk United is where we usually talk about something related to Manchester United. So that's what the show is about, which is why we're in the virtual bar. You know what I'm saying? Gentlemen, we starting off the program in the direction of United's and their internationals performances. Let's start off talking about winning teams first, like Brazil. That won. Let me see, who did Brazil play against and beat up?
4-0, I think they won.
I think it was Ghana. Was it an African team?
Yeah.
Yeah, Brazil played an African team in a friendly.
That is correct.
Yeah, they played Ghana. And they won 3-0. Marquinhos and Richard Eriksen with the double. But more importantly than who scored for Brazil, let's talk about the starting lineup. Brazil's starting lineup included only one United player, which was Casemiro. Well, actually, it had two United players, but I don't know. Alex Telles still play for United?
Well, if you count him on loan.
Yeah, he's on loan. He's still a United player.
So we had Casemiro and Alex Telles starting, but we had Anthony coming on for Vinicius Jr. And, Fred didn't play at all in the game, but he was in the squad. Yeah? And they beat up Ghana 3-0. We also had Portugal playing as well. That was Saturday, I think, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
And let's talk about the starting lineup for Portugal. Portugal won 4-0. Dalot actually had 2 goals in that game.
His first
Bruno Fernandes had 1. And Jota had the 4th goal. Cristiano Ronaldo, yes, he played and he had an assist.
He also conceded a penalty, which thankfully they missed.
Right? He played all 90 minutes.
So he's open too.
So the United players in that game, Bruno Fernandes, Cristiano Ronaldo, and Diego Dalot. I mean, gentlemen, United players doing well. We also had Eriksen, Denmark.
Yeah.
Played, they lost, but Eriksen's worldy. So, we had Eriksen playing as well. And then we also had Scott McTominay.
See, and that so like the thing about that always bothers me is when he plays for Scotland, he plays as a center back.
Well, he played in the middle two. They played a 4-2-3-1, and he played in the midfield. Scotland won their game. Who it is Scotland played? I know they won 2-1.
Ukraine.
Republic of Ireland.
I thought they played Ukraine, or was that the first game?
Now, well, they played Ukraine before.
Yeah.
And then the last game they played, which was yesterday, they won 2-1 against Republic of Ireland. But against Ukraine, he also played in the midfield. I checked the lineup. And then we had jolly old England. I almost started the show playing It's Coming Home. But I tell myself that would have been too disrespectful.
You play, they're going down. They're going down. They're going down. They're going. England's
Would have been too much of a disco. Yeah,
I
too
know-
much of
I
a
know
disco
England
like
like-
to play
yeah.
for the
Right,
I know I
right.
can talk all the words right now, but yes, yeah.
So,
Again.
fellas, we all know, I think everybody who follows football, we all know that England has lost their last game 1-0. They have failed to score in over 3 matches. They've lost 5 games in a row. They have now been demoted from the first tier to the second tier of the Nations League. Heading into the World Cup, the next game England is going to play is Germany.
Mm-hmm.
And based on their form, it's highly unlikely that England is going to beat Germany. So England heading into the World Cup on a 6-game losing streak, or at least a 6-game non-winning streak, really doesn't bode well. England that has so much firepower, when you look at the team, that is just failing to score.
They finally have an established midfield, and Southgate still wants to play way too defensively. Like he wants to play. I've been telling people he should be known as Ole Gunnar Southgate. Plays way too defensive with that double pivot for what they have in that side.
Good afternoon to Grell and everybody else in the comments. And I totally agree with you. I personally think that is the challenge, and that has been the challenge with England and with Southgate. He plays too defensively. Why are you playing a back four with 2 holding midfielders, not 1 holding midfielder and a boxer? A back four with 2 holding midfielders, and your team have so much talent, so much attacking talent in the team.
Correct. Yeah, I don't get it. And
Continues to do it.
He's been doing this since the Euro final. And the other thing too, which is going to be his downfall, is you need to select players who are in form right now, not players who played well for you in the past. Select who is the best for right now. Because the one thing that's still baffling me right now is how you bring in Ivan Toney and he's in form right now and he doesn't even make the matchday squad.
He was never going to make the matchday squad. He was just there for the trip. So the starting lineup for England in that game that they lost 1-0 was Nick Pope in goal, only because Pickford is injured. Pickford is their guy. They played a back three. Yeah. Harry Maguire, Eric Dyer, Kyle Walker. In front of them, Bakayoko, Saka, Declan Rice, Jude Bellingham, Reece James. And ahead of them, Raheem Sterling, Harry Kane, and Phil Foden. And they couldn't score a goal. They dominated possession, dominated shots, but the stat that mattered most, they failed.
Is what wins games.
Yep.
Well, Grell jumped in the thing early because I was now going to ask the question. What would you all say if I was to say that England's trouble is all because of Harry?
So my whole thing right now is, how are you going to put somebody in that starting 11 who's not in the starting 11 for their current club? Find somebody who's actually in form, who has match, because there's a difference from being generally fit versus being match fit. Case in point, look at Ronaldo right now. How often has Maguire been actually playing in this side since since Brentford, I think it was? No, not Brentford, since Brighton.
Did you watch the game?
I was in and out of it, so because
you would acknowledge that the person responsible for the goal was Kyle Walker, right?
So yeah, going on from that too. But it's just it goes along with my argument that I was saying before. select players who are in form right
Who,
now.
who,
Not
who
players
would you
who
say
are
is an informed English defender in the Premier League right now?
I could say Dyer.
Well, die any team. I mean, who wasn't carried or who didn't play?
So
Because
I would
this
say a
guy
name
from Aston Villa,
I would say Mings. Yeah, you have Mingsy.
Mings often is, but I don't rate Mings. As I concern, Mings is actually dumb. Sorry to say, I just my opinion.
But I have another name which I think United fans might slaughter me for right now, but we need it. We need cover. Chris Smalling.
Who?
Chris Smalling.
Now we can go clear for that because since the man went into the man has been playing extremely well.
Yes.
Yeah,
Exactly.
but didn't Chris Smalling retire from international football?
I don't think so. I
Sorry.
don't think so.
Isn't it that Southgate retired Chris Smalling from international? That is the question.
You see, for example, you have so many people up top. He would never seem to want to sub Harry Kane. But you have this youth man from Roma.
Tamori, I think.
Tammy Abraham.
Tammy.
And then you have Ivan Toney. England have a lot of attacking options.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think they have that much options in defense, to be honest. Left back and on the wing backs, yes, but center backs, I don't think there are a lot of really good English center backs right now, if I'm honest. Because I don't rate Mings. Harry not playing for United, really.
Stones is
I
hurt,
can't rate him.
Stones is injured, I think.
Stones is injured and he's always rotated. He's not like yes, he plays. Don't get me wrong. He plays for City, but he's not like every week guaranteed starter for City. So England don't really have. So Harry Maguire will make the team. You know what I mean? He's like the best of what they have, I guess. I don't know.
So let me think about this now. So if you play that back three, because then that kind of takes out Trippier, because Trippier is also very good with set pieces. I think
left back and right wing back. You have Trippier.
You have options. You have Trippier. You have Kyle Walker. You've got. I'm not going to say Alexander Arnold. I don't think he should be on the side. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out who else now.
He shouldn't even have a passport to travel right now. Kind of form here. If you had to fill out a form to pass the exam, you feel bad. Seriously. Ever since he get exposed in the Champions League.
Yo, Mark.
Welcome to you all, Mark.
Yeah, security didn't want to come in.
And what I was saying before with Southgate, now it's a shame because Chelsea snapped up who I think should be England's next manager already. With knowing how Chelsea is, he will probably go for the England job at 18 months with the way they go through managers. So we'll see.
Grell agrees with you. He say England needs to set an example and fire Southgate now, and I totally agree with him.
So
but with the World Cup so close, I seriously doubt England going and do that. Serious. I'd be surprised.
After the World Cup, yes, that's my think it will happen, but there is no way that I could see them doing it before the World Cup.
So, question. So they should hire J.K. Rowling then?
Exactly. Well, they should have done it before Chelsea snapped them up.
No, they had to hire because but she had to go for Harry now but she had to do that. She had to try and write some kind of magical story for them to progress in the World Cup because here we go now.
Well, there was already somebody named Potter who should have had that job. So
yeah. Well, best I
mean, England is one of my teams there, but really and truly, heading into this World Cup, they're on the bottom of my list.
Nah, man, Chad, they had to change that team.
I said they were one of my teams. I didn't say they were my only. They were my only team.
Well, they had to take it off the list.
My native my native team can't even beat Thailand and Tajikistan, according to somebody Wi-Fi and Gale beaters. So
Oh
wow.
Lord. For anybody who's unsure, he's talking about Trinidad and Tobago national team who lost to Thailand 2-1 and Kazakhstan 1-0.
Now same score 2-1.
Same score 2-1.
We scored. Sorry, my
Both
bad.
scores
And
2-1.
for those of you who got up early at 6:30 in the morning to witness it, I feel sorry for you people.
Oh, you mean like you, man? Anyway.
No, I didn't.
Okay. I completely forgot that those games were. I just looked at these scores after.
Yeah.
I could wake up that early to be disappointed and have to go to work still during the week. And then
You can't be
I don't
disappointed so early on a Sunday morning, man.
yeah.
Especially after what TKR do Saturday night. Sorry, not Saturday night, but
Last
Yeah.
night.
last
Yeah.
night.
Yeah.
There's only so much disappointment they could take as a Trinidadian, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So you just had to try to weigh them up. You can't take all one time.
Can't take
Then
all one time.
we'll be visiting the bar a little too often.
Mark, remind me to get you a couple Rockstone, right? Just see.
Why is that?
Back to Harry Maguire, gentlemen. Do you all think that there's a way back for Harry? Because
There's a way out.
he seems to be scapegoat, not just for United now, but for England as well.
So this is where the argument comes in now. You want him to have a way back. You got to outplay Martinez or Varane in training to get ahead of them, and then when you get your chance at United, you can't disappoint. Right now, it's been the same argument that I've been saying. Right now, you play the players in form. Right now, the two center backs in form for United are Martinez and Varane.
Yeah.
With that being said, we know Varane.
And it was only a matter of time before the spillover from Manchester United spill over to England.
So with that being said, unfortunately, with Varane's history, more than likely, I think he will have an injury, just based on his past, and that's when it's either going to be Lindelof or Maguire that's got to step up, and so we will see.
Hold on. I say, in most cases, it's going to be Lindelof.
Oh my goodness,
So
Raul, read that comment from Grell there.
Now, Harry needs to go to Tajikistan and play.
And when he say that MLS he put it, that not major league, that minor league soccer, you mean, eh?
If you're ready,
MLS he put his minor league, eh?
All these United fans, all they crying on all their captain like that.
Nice.
Cry
when they out of form, you know.
What's that?
United fans, when they doing shit, we don't let you know.
Yeah, but let me tell you this, though, man. You see this thing about all your captain? First to begin, and I've stated in many different forums. One, I never wanted him as the captain of my club. Two, I was very disappointed in Ole. The mere fact that you bring this man in, he must get paid from the England FA to make him club captain to ensure that he can get into England team. Worse yet, I said there was no way you could now walk into this hallowed club and become club captain. That was absolutely not it. That was. Hold on. The other part of that is the other part of the conspiracy theory is that this is part of an elaborate plan to get Harry out of football. Set him up, just like how they had set up Moyes again with the league for a little while, but went and come back, and now he's doing fairly well with West Ham. West Ham, yeah.
I totally agree with you. I never.
He's not doing well with West Ham. He is
I
not doing well with West Ham
on Solskjaer when he made him captain too.
No, but he has. Give Moyes. His
Aren't they second
from bottom right now? Not right now.
Aren't they second from bottom right now, I think?
Yeah, but right now, this season, the real Moyes in. But for the last couple of seasons, but still. But the thing is with Harry, when he's out, he's out.
And you see, now it has made it a challenge. It has made it a challenge because a lot of people are like, Bruno has become people find he's a little too temperamental. and his form last season wasn't good. So a lot of people who were supporting Bruno for the captaincy is not supporting him anymore. And you hear people talking about Martinez and this and that or Eriksson. But the truth is, how could we make those guys captain when we complain about Harry being made captain so soon?
Exactly.
Harry was made captain 6 months after being in the team. So, and I had a problem with it then. And therefore, I would definitely have a problem with, and I don't think Ten Hag is going to name any of these new guys captain. You know, at the very earliest, it'll have to be the beginning of next season. So I expect Harry to be the captain unless he leaves in January or something.
Correct. I always say David De Gea should be the captain.
So
being the most senior player.
I've been on this show and on this channel, and I have pointed David De Gea based on everything that's going on right now. He should be the captain. However, I understand the argument where people don't like goalkeepers being captain because it's hard. Like if there's a challenge, you need to speak to the ref and you got to run down the pitch to go in and talk to the ref, or you're trying to yell at players from inside your 18-yard box. So I understand it from that way, but it's also he needs to be a little bit more commanding as well too in order to take that on.
I was not going and say yell at players. David does do that.
Who knows? The armband might have bring that out in him.
And exactly what the
if playing behind the likes of Harry Maguire in turning into Ayala, I don't think anything else would.
Playing behind Harry Maguire might turn him into a murderer, you know. Because the kind of thing Harry does do. I am a goalkeeper.
The thing about that is it turn him into a K9 hero, old yellow.
No, well, over the years, Grell is saying
that's a good point.
Neuer
was a great captain. You know who else was a great captain? Casillas. So
Khan was a great captain.
Michael was an incredible
captain. Great captain. There have been great goalkeeping captains, but the truth is, all of those people we just called were really great. They weren't just average captains.
Yes,
that was great.
They were really great. Those are elite level players you're talking about, and elite level captains.
Wasn't Buffon a captain as well too?
At one point.
Yeah, at one time.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. And then so you're thinking like top goalkeepers of all time. Like I think there's only one keeper all time that's better than them. And so, which a lot of people, especially nowadays, because there was as much videos of him back in the day, Lev Yashin. If anybody remembers.
I don't think people like to say it, but I think even during Ole's reign, there were question marks about David De Gea. I think even Ole had question marks over David De Gea and was considering Henderson. And I think that's why he didn't give him the captaincy, because you can't make a man captain, especially a goalkeeper, and then put him on the bench.
So it goes upon like where De Gea, it's unfortunate because he was playing as like an old goalkeeper, and the modern goalkeeper now is incredible with their feet and their distribution as well too. So, but at the time when he came in, it was not like that. However, I think that Neuer was the one that kind of started out with a sweeper keeper, and then you started seeing a couple other keepers do it. Because Oblak, remind me, it's just like the same goalkeeper as De Gea. Shot stopping is absolutely incredible. Distribution is not really there. I think Ederson kind of brought that into the Premier League, and then you're starting to see a couple other ones now. Alisson came through, and now you have the Brighton goalkeeper Robert Sanchez, whose distribution is absolutely phenomenal. So you're starting to see that now with the modern goalkeepers coming in like that, and it's just De Gea is just like. And I don't want to say a relic of the past, but that was never a part of his game when he was developing. So the game is changing now. And with that being said, you got to get a modern goalkeeper for that. But
and that's why I say,
yeah. So with that being said, he's on the last year of his contract, I think, and so that's going to be very interesting to see what they do with that. Because now it's like with Henderson making his comments and all that. Do you think he comes back into the side now? I don't know.
Let me tell you something. These guys made a mistake. Henderson made a mistake, and
sorry. I just saw a footage. Sorry. Right now, Denmark is 2-0 up on France. I just see it.
Oh.
Yeah, Ericsson had any goals?
I'm checking now.
Yeah, you know, but
now. Nah.
If Henderson had stayed, you think the team would have gone by the Bravka? Hendo might have got a couple of games, and as long as he performed, he could have get rid of he could have bench David De Gea. Now I understand Henderson. Henderson is like, watch me. The last coach set me up.
Yeah.
I'm not going and take no more setup. So I'm not vexed with Henderson. Understand
what
I'm all I'm saying is
which part I could get playing time.
All I'm saying is if it was that these guys had stayed, Eric would have given them a fair shake where they may not have gotten a fair shake.
And that's exactly what Henderson
they would not. There wasn't getting a fair shake on that.
Henderson flat out came out and said he didn't want to play. He didn't want to show anything in front of tonight because he would keep him. You remember that he said that in the interview too.
Well,
and to be fair, I think Henderson was kind of unlucky because when he had his chance, he was starting to break into that starting 11.
Yeah, he get COVID,
and he caught COVID, and that kind of took it out. And De Gea stepped up, and aside from the Brentford game, he hasn't. You
know what has
made me done anything glaringly stupid.
You know what has make me sad when I watch all United games and I see Van der Sar distribution. You know, Van der Sar used to pass and kick that ball straight to men's feet, you know. He used to start attacks, Van der Sar, you know. If you let go a shot and your whole attack down in United half, the counter attack you go in and get from that Van der Sar.
I can't wait for him to come back to United as that director of football.
When Van der Sar kick one day, you do have to move him.
Yeah.
I'm telling you. And when I watch them whole games and you just think about David De Gea now, it just be like, boy. Chalk and cheese, yes. Chalk and cheese. That's a real talk about excellent distribution. Edwin Van der Sar, boy.
Yeah.
Real good distribution.
Man, that distribution like Karen.
God, I miss, yeah. You know that was interesting, like having a debate for who's United's best goalkeeper. Between Schmeichel, Van der Sar, I put in Alex Stepney. You have Gary Bailey. You got quite a few options there for that one. So it is.
I feel Saliba is the man responsible for all them goals for France. But I mean, Denmark beating France. I know we're not watching the game, obviously. We here. I don't know exactly what's going on. But when I watch the lineup for France, Mbappe and Giroud in front, Griezmann, right? Number 10. And you have Mendy, Ferland Mendy people. The other Mendy is still in court fighting issues. Camavinga, Tchouaméni, Pavard. Right? They play now back as a midfield four. They play now back three. And I really don't understand.
The voodoo.
This last comment from Grell here, we're saying like with a counter-attacking team, you need great distribution. I kind of agree with that. I would think you just need somebody. You don't have to put the ball right on the feet, but put it in the area of where the counter-attacking runner where you want it to start. Just put it somewhere in that area and let them with the speed get to the ball. So as long as you have that, then you could get away with that, I think. So
yeah, we know the score. We know the score is 2-0.
Is the voodoo working against France?
Well, I keep saying this World Cup is going to be a lot of fun because it just seems so open. A lot of
now,
the only big team that performing well is Brazil.
Brazil.
Say it again, man.
Yeah.
Say it again.
Yeah.
The scariest team going into the World Cup.
The team on present form, who have the best form right now, is Brazil. Out of all the big teams, Germany not looking good. England ain't looking good.
They're scary.
Holland ain't looking good.
You could argue Belgium, but Belgium always finds a way to somehow blow it in a tournament.
Sharon, you know what have a big part to play in that? Neymar is no longer the center of attraction.
No, I wouldn't say that, you know. I would think Neymar has changed his game to stop making him.
I'll get into that too. Yeah. He realized you have to change your game. It's not about you.
A man telling you, take it down, Mark. Don't get too Brazil defense.
Don't get too. Brother man, tell that man had to talk to me after the World Cup.
Can I deal with Mr. McPherson here, please? Because I
was quite sure that man back in England or some kind of one of them jokey team. I died an Argentine fan.
Now, no, he might
very well be a Brazil
7
fan.
You might want to call me 7-Up. You know it is, but it's okay. But hear this, right? I was having a discussion with in Foot Talk with this boy with Armin today.
Brazil to the world.
I know he's a German. He's a German living in Mallorca. And I was explaining to him, yes, we know that pre-World Cup results don't matter. But I am looking at what Tite is doing, how he is working his tactics, giving the different players the opportunities to play in the different situations in these games. And that is one of the things that is going to augur well. There's still a lot of sharpening to do because they're still missing too many. They are creating. If they create, let's say they create 10 chances in the half, they only score in 1 or 2. They need to be sharper than that. Create more, score more. But they have to bring that percentage from 20 to 25% up to about 40% conversion. To be able to really push and really hold teams when they get your food, hold on to it and eat it. Don't play with it. And right now, they play with it. But I just, in my thing, as I was telling Armin, that's what Brazil needs to do. And once they do that and they grow from strength to strength during the tournament, they're going to be one of the teams to beat.
Amano telling me yesterday, we was talking that same World Cup discussion yesterday, and Aman telling me he believed the World Cup designed for Argentina to win this World Cup. I was asking him.
Because they want to make Messi the ultimate goat? Never.
Yeah. That is his faith.
Yeah, but
I tell him basketball never, boy.
We found Grell's team now. Grell's in Germany. Okay.
I said so.
Good knock, Grell. Okay.
Yeah. Didn't I just say so that he would want to call us 7-Up? That
is actually one of my top teams as well, Germany. When it comes to international football, I used to be a South American, but I switched years ago, more than a decade. Don't support any of the South American teams anymore.
Well, thank God you don't have no post on your ceiling like a partner, was
there? See, and this is why United. Like for me, traditionally, I always support England because they have the most United players in it, typically. And so this one, I may have to be going Brazil. So,
well. The nice thing about it is United have such a nice crop. If Martial could get some consistent minutes in this team, it wouldn't surprise me if Martial end up in the World Cup for France.
If he's fit.
Yeah.
If he's
fit. It wouldn't. If he could get a little run at games for United between now and the World Cup, it wouldn't surprise me one bit. Because right now they have a Olivier Giroud there, and all he really does do is look pretty. I'm not saying he is pretty, but that is all he does do because his scoring record for France is nothing to smile about.
Isn't Benzema getting back into the side now?
Benzema injured.
Injured now, but
he should be fit for the World Cup, I think, though.
Should be.
For me,
Benzema should be fit for the World Cup, but
should be fit, yeah.
Right now, Pogba looking like he might have to watch the World Cup.
Yeah, well, ever since Pogba got injured, that was the talk that he wouldn't make the World Cup. He'll be struggling to get back into the team.
When Juve tried to blame us for his injury, when they were the one that did the medical on him. Yeah, I remember that.
I don't know how they could blame United for Pogba injury. We sell earlier, not even sell. He went. Only sign a healthy free agent. Exactly. Man get injured by earlier. United.
Exactly.
And then you want to blame us for it. You were the one that did the medical on him after that, and you said he's fit. That's on you.
Well, you pay the man his money.
All I can say.
Juventus like that fat woman will be on the beaten ball and all your wicked.
All I can say to Juve about this situation is take Bamboo.
That Juventus is right now for blaming Manchester United for that injury. The wicked.
Girl on point today, yes. Girl on point today.
Grell, you see that number going across the bottom, right? Call in, get on the show. Come on, you commented a lot. You should be on here.
So, what else is there you all want to talk about where United is concerned, gentlemen?
Let's talk about the derby.
You want to talk about
Let's
the
talk about
derby?
let's talk about next week Sunday. We need to decide if we're gonna go back, where we watching that game, if we're doing it where we were supposed to watch the Leeds game. We need to decide, we need to talk that with Corey and myself. We need to sort that out, because here what? That is going to be a cracker of a game. I don't care what anybody says, it is going to be a cracker of a game.
That game gonna be a brutal one.
I saw talk being bandied about strategy, Jack. How we got, well, that's a good point, girl, too. I was coming to that after. But the derby first.
I just be worried about United form coming back from my international break.
Well, it's not only that. It's we have not played a Premier League game in 3 weeks.
Exactly.
So international break aside, obviously there was the passing of the Queen.
Yeah, two
no fault of ours.
Games,
and it's hard. Like you've played 2 Europa League games in that, which really weren't taken that seriously to begin with. And so that is my biggest concern about this. Oh, and my second biggest concern is potential injuries to players while on injury duty. Well, sorry, on international duty.
Right? So that is one of the reasons why I'm glad that Southgate is Southgate. That's one of the reasons I'm glad Southgate is Southgate.
So he didn't call up Sancho to potentially get injured.
That's right. Because Rashford already.
I am actually very seriously considering playing. I'm thinking of a parlay for that match on Sunday. I'm thinking Sancho to score and McTominay to get booked.
Well, of course, McTominay is going to get booked.
Yes, but you have to add in the Sancho scores at any time as well.
I would be very disappointed as a United supporter if Scott McTominay don't get a yellow card.
Exactly.
Yeah, I know.
Even if he score, I will be disappointed, because if there is a game, you need to go out there. And I don't just want him get any yellow card on any player. You need to get it on either Haaland
or De Bruyne.
Or De Bruyne. You need to get the yellow card on the right man.
Remember a couple shows ago I said that yellow card loading?
Yeah.
That yellow card loading.
Our next I have already been saying this right now, because he's one yellow card away from that 1 match ban. So I've already been saying our next game, I think, is Everton. He's already out for that game. I did say already start playing.
Casemiro for the start in that game, man.
The Terminator going to take out somebody.
But what I've been saying though is I'm actually predicting a 2-2 draw for that game. Being very honest, I think that's I
feel we're squeaking out a 3-2 Ronaldo for the winner.
So, but here's the other part now. You forget about that FA charge right now, so we don't know what's going to happen with that. That's absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely, and I know I don't like. I try not to cuss on this channel, but that absolute bullshit FA charge, which should have been done last season, and you wait 5 months to do it now to come in and say it. Yeah.
No, but Devin, hear this. That is going to settle just after or during that.
I was not going to say that.
And he's going to
finalize that before the derby. Ronaldo will play.
He's going to miss the Everton game.
Coming off the bench.
If it isn't giving him a fine and you have to miss a game, he will probably miss the Everton game.
Yeah, but they can't give him a fine.
Yeah.
Raul, even if they want to, they can't give him a fine. You see, it come like
and this is the problem with that right now, because
that means they need to find. If they do that, they need to find all them referees
as
retro for all them bad calls.
And it's like if you're gonna go this way, you retroactively ban from seasons previously. We can start digging through all these games from the past to start calling for that if they actually go through with this, which has been my biggest
reason why I don't believe they could give him a fine.
That or in this case, if they're gonna do this the fairest way they can, it's you're gonna speak with them, you will give them the warning, maybe take some anger management course, something like that. But there is no way that you can go and retroactively ban him for this. Because what would happen if he left in the summer? Would they still pursue this charge? And then on top of that, it just, like I said, it opens up a Pandora's box where now you're starting to go from seasons past to go in and you want to start retroactively banning.
You charge a man with violent conduct, right? Violent conduct is violent. It come like if Mark get charged for breaking the speed limit. He was going 200. I was going 101. I get charged for the ticket is the same.
Yeah.
By the law, if you give a man a charge, the penalty is supposed to be the same.
The same,
Right?
yeah.
That's why you have degrees.
Mhm.
So if it is you charge a man for violent conduct and you give him a fine, the next man that hit a man in the face and you charge him for violent conduct, what you gonna do here? So
You have to give him a fine too.
this is what they're saying, and you don't want to set that precedent.
Yeah.
So they put themselves. I want to see how they're going to deal with this because you're setting up yourself. Because I don't know if they're trying to motivate Ronaldo to leave the Premier League. I don't know where's the ambition, but I just find it totally ridiculous.
Yes.
But anyway, back to the derby. Forget
Well,
about
hold
the
on.
FA and
That's a good time to talk about Ronaldo to talk about our giveaway, though.
Mhm.
So I
That
know
is true.
we
You
keep
go right
on
ahead.
repeating this on here right now all the time. As I've said before, this shirt that's hanging up behind me right now, it could be potentially somebody else's shirt very soon. You already know, Mark can testify. I'm out of my word. If I give away a shirt, I actually give it away. So
Yeah.
we don't
with that
false
being
advertise on the United Hour. When we
with
say we're
that
giving
being
stuff,
said,
we're giving stuff.
we get to 10,000 subscribers on YouTube by the end of the season. This shirt will be somebody's shirt, somebody else's
That
shirt.
shit will be coming to
Signed,
me.
framed, and authenticated
Oh.
already. You get it exactly how it looks behind.
A signed, authentic Cristiano Ronaldo shirt. You don't even need to be a Ronaldo supporter to want a Ronaldo shirt because you should be told when Ronaldo retires, you know that's going to cost money. Right now on YouTube, that shirt is $1,700 US, not YouTube, Amazon. If you go on
Just send it
Amazon,
now. Send it one time now. God, don't beat around the bush now.
it is
Send the
$1,600
thing.
US. So what we need you guys to do is not just subscribe yourself because I know Grell and Mark already subscribed on the YouTube channel, but you all need to share. You all need to get other people to subscribe to the channel as well so that we could give away that shirt come the end of the season. But
Just have people
before the
line
end
up.
of the season,
Just
it have
send it. Send
Christmas.
it.
We ain't saying what it is as yet, but when December rolls around, we're gonna have a shirt to give away, another signed shirt from a present United player that we're gonna be looking to give away in December for Christmas. So let's stay tuned to the United Hour and
I know how much room on my wall, but I gotta find somewhere to put all them things, boy.
get people involved. Everybody tuning in.
The most
Well,
disappointing
and
thing about you
Kirsty and
having this shirt
everybody
so far, Mark,
tuning
you know
in
what
on
it is?
YouTube
You
and on
don't display it,
Facebook.
or you don't display it on when you come on.
Yeah, everybody who tuning in on Facebook,
Mark,
you all have to
you
get
need
people
to
Yeah.
involved
every
on
time you come
YouTube
on,
as well.
Mark. You know that.
Our things.
Yeah, you need to put that up there and display it all the time.
Don't worry, I have to find somewhere to put them.
You see, all you're getting on like if Mark is a bachelor, you know. Mark might want to put it up, his wife might take it on. You understand?
Nah, I might really end up a bachelor and shoot if she do that.
Well, let me tell you this right now. My fiance, I'm getting married next month. My fiance is not happy at all that I'm offering this up for a giveaway. So, yeah,
Yeah, you might get married after you get that away.
yeah, and she's United supporter as well too. So, yeah, she's not happy about that. So, but you know
Grell
what?
says he has
Goes on,
4,500 people on our Facebook group, but they're not here. They need to be
Nah, the
here.
wife is a United supporter too, man, so she wouldn't mind.
Well, that is exactly why she vexed. Because she is a United supporter.
Yeah.
Oh, you're talking about your wife, Mark?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought Devin fiance is a United supporter as well. Well, you're finding these United ladies, boy. I need to
It
go.
took years. It took
I need
years.
to go and find one too.
You gotta convert them, boy.
Is that
It took years for me to find her.
Yeah.
So.
Is that bachelor, you know? Any ladies out there?
Just Google United Women's R Us. And you will get one, man.
You know, female supporters, you know, shoot a brother something, a message, write in the comments, you know, tell me something. Me and Raul, I see Raul raising up his hand too.
I ain't buying that.
Well, it's okay, Mark. You don't have to buy it. We not
Somebody
selling
else
to
had
you.
to buy it.
You spoken for.
Understand? The sweet thing is, anybody that come around knows and understands, but I've been told that I can't be walking around. I need different clothes. That's what I've been told.
Boy,
Everywhere I go, every
everywhere.
time, day in, day out,
Everywhere and every day that you're not doing the people work is a United.
And most times when I'm doing the people work and wearing the brands that
Yeah.
sell, is because this does
I'm on tell me Tuesday. He said,
this does end up outside. So you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, we all got it. Like, well, I'll rip
You
the
know?
shirt, but yeah, I can show my tattoo I have as well too. So
Just
yeah,
put-
you
just
gotta
put
recognize it
your
all you
clothes
can.
out.
some youth men tell me, they said, Coach, man, you supporting Manchester? You wicked. I say, how old all is? 18, 15, 16. I said, now, they're too young for me to argue football with all it. So,
Exactly.
I'm not even going to answer all it.
I was at a youth symposium the other day, and the person who was talking is a friend of mine, and they introduced me as a United supporter. It's young people, 18 and under. And I heard a young man say he don't look like he was 18 yet. He said, "Nah, sir, that man had to be real loyal if he's supporting United." And I thought to myself, I say, that's the kind of thing I used to say and still say about Arsenal men,
Yeah.
That Arsenal men don't horn at all. Or sorry, they could take horn. Not they don't horn, they could take horn. Because them men don't leave. Them men faithful down to the. You could do Arsenal man where you want.
Yeah.
He not going nowhere. So here a man pelled that at me because I United supporter. It was a little shocking. I wasn't offended or anything. I tell myself he's too young. You know what I mean?
You know, like when it comes to stuff like that, and I hear people argue about football stuff like that, and this is me just speaking as a football fan. If you can't even tell me who Brian Clough is, I don't want to speak football with you, because then at that point I'm like, all right, if you're really talking genuine football fan, and I'm saying this as a United supporter, and I'm praising a Nottingham Forest manager. Mm-hmm. So but I'm saying just how great he actually was. Just appreciate football for football. Yes, this is my team, but I love speaking football with other fans who are genuine football fans, and it goes even beyond their club. Like I can praise players from other clubs as well, to even if they're rivals. Unfortunately,
yeah.
So and that's something that I just enjoy doing.
And that's what it's about, because a lot of guys, even guys in their 30s, they have guys in their 30s, mid to late 30s. So like, come around me. Chad has been present when I've put people in place. When they start on me and United, I say, what's the age? When they tell me 35, I say, you can't talk to me.
Can't talk to you, yeah. I tell them, I say,
I buy 63 some years ago. I say, you can't talk to me. I say, because I followed my club before your father even think about buying the pack of nuts that held 45 bucks to help make it.
I tell one of them that.
But with that being said, Raul, it's not always just about age, because I mean I think I'm the youngest in this panel right now. But it's just like when you study football, you actually it's what you're truly a fan, and you need to also look beyond your things too.
Well, I'm saying he's 15. I said, boy, I supported Manchester United when your father was asking your mother parents to carry shield. Yeah, so I can't argue football with all you.
That's a joke that we say up here too, where it's like, back in now you just call the girl directly when you have to call the house line. I speak to the parents first. Hi, mommy. This is such and such. May I speak whatever, please?
Yeah. Those are the games.
And all
I don't go buy a phone and click. Not plenty of them fellas never know about Rotary Dial and thing.
No.
But
you don't know about them shilling pay phone and them.
Because when I was younger, and when we used to get, Mark, remember when we used to get English League football on a Sunday, and the man with the white hair and the cut out trophy on the back, pick up on the back, And then, right?
Yeah.
So since
Them
those
and
days,
know them things.
Liverpool was high and flying. I always liked United. But when you look at the teams at Forest and Liverpool and
Yep.
Crystal Palace, Leeds, Luton, and you look at some of the players in those days, and I particularly liked that John Aldridge, Ian Rush combination.
Ian Rush. Yeah.
That was something.
Unfortunately,
watch.
I met Ian Rush, and this is back in 2014. So my stepdad, he's a massive Liverpool supporter. This is the only reason I did this. So I told him, like, I went up to Ian Rush and said, hey, look, I am a United supporter, but my stepdad is a massive Liverpool fan. Is it okay if I call him right now? So it's funny because my stepdad answers the phone. And he goes, yeah, Dev, I can't talk right now. I'm like, yes, you can. He's like, what do you mean? I'm like, Ian Rush is here. He said he's at work. He walked off the he works at the airport. He walked off the tarmac to go and take the call.
Man crash plane.
He went from I can't talk long to oh yeah, I got time. So then I took a photo and sent it to him, and he's like, wow, that was incredible. Funny enough, I've been joking about this now because this storm that's apparently coming my way, that storm is named Ian right now.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So the joke right now, it's like Ian's mad that United's doing well. He's saying this is revenge for that game. So
these youngsters on them.
That's the joke going right now.
A man tell me he back in PSG. I say you're not a PSG fan, you're a Messi fan. He said, you know that? I said because just 2 years ago he was back in Barca.
It's the same thing with Ronaldo fans when we saw United fans from back in the day, how you saw them migrate from United to Madrid to Juve, and now they're starting to come back here, and I'm like, nah. You already showed your true colors.
That have benefited from people leaving Barcelona. Manchester City is one. All them fellas who like Barcelona, who didn't used to like no Premier League, all of them like Manchester City.
Yeah, all of them. Everybody like Manchester City now.
When you ask them, I just ask them. Not all the young ones are talking about. Most City young supporters, I just ask them, I say like Barcelona. And then there's ball here. So you're not a City fan, you are Pep fan. You like Pep. You don't like City. And you see PSG is a lot, for not all, but for a lot of them is the same thing. But there are people who like Neymar and thing too, But still, he come from Barcelona, right? So it's the same thing. He and Messi, that whole Barcelona connection. So PSG have a lot of supporters. City have a lot of supporters that really is Barcelona they like. They don't really like. The first love is not them clubs. But that is okay, I don't care where you get fans from. Once we get to beat you, I good.
So, Grell, I just wanted to touch on what Grell when we asked about another topic. About Mason Greenwood. I saw a photo float around in the chat with ETH saying Mason is back. I don't know how valid that photo is.
No, because I think that's an training top actually, so I don't know if that's valid.
Yeah, that's why I say that here because I see in 26. I see in 26 on the jersey. I said something just ain't looking right.
Exactly.
So we just had a
from that 3 seasons ago.
Yeah, so we said that a whole bit and see what's going on with that. Other than that, interestingly enough, when you call the England squad and saw something floating around with Jude Bellingham saying that he wouldn't want to come to United or some other side in the Premier League. He wants to go Real Madrid. Just talk.
And they ready.
I would think so.
You know, one of the things that they had asked Trossard in an interview about going to Chelsea, right? We all know that Trossard is one of the better players at Brighton. And clearly he would know Graham Potter's system and whatever. And Trossard said, well, Chelsea's a big team. I wouldn't mind going, but I want to start. And you see that level of intelligence is what a lot of these, I'm not saying that Bellingham is in that, but I'm just saying a lot of these players who like to run as Barcelona call them and run as Real Madrid call them, and then look at men like Camavinga. Look how young Camavinga is. Look at the age of some of the men in the midfield, and who on the sidelines to take over when they leave. Well, because you only other they get rid of Casemiro. He was old, but they get rid of Casemiro. So it's just Modric and Cruz. But look at who they have already on the sideline.
Exactly.
Yeah, are you going into that team?
So you come them going and join our waiting list?
Or you going? I remember when Barca was buying players left, right, and center, and they just rocked in on the bench. They have a player playing for Wolves right now that Barca pay about 80 million for. And it's like, just sit on the bench, hardly used to sweat. What is the sense? And this is what players have to think about. And Trossard, to me, show his intelligence that, yeah, I wouldn't mind. It's a big club. I wouldn't mind going, but I want to play.
Exactly.
What sense it makes saying I go on Chelsea and I sit down on the bench watching Mason Mount? Nah, it ain't making no sense to me. I rather stay where I am and play.
I don't say that. Don't go by a club just to say, yeah, you went by Barca or you went by Real Madrid, just to say you had that on your resume. You went did you play? No, I scrub Real bench, but I was a member of the club. You understand?
I mean, it have horses for horses. It have men who are good role players, and then it have men who know their role.
Horses for horses, right?
Horses for courses.
We know what you mean.
You know what I mean? So yeah.
I feel that Alex now. That's why we did say I am talking backwards, man.
I TKR.
I ain't lying to tell all you know. I get vexed, you know. I get jump up out of my bed. Say, hey boy, look at the time you're missing the game, put on the TV, just stoop so. Get vexed, yes. Could I stay and sleep?
You
see the fight after any stands?
I took off the TV before the game finished, boy. Didn't see no fight.
I see that on the chats. I look off fellas watching Iron Fist 2. Man with the Iron Fist 2. That's why I was watching.
But I want to ask you all a question. I mean, we've spoken about Mason Greenwood on this channel a lot, maybe a lot more than others. Do you all think he would be accepted back in this team, right? I'm not asking only if you all want him accepted back. I'm asking, do you all think in this era of media bias,
are you talking will the players accept him back or will fans accept him back? Which one you?
Nah, I'm talking about the players. I'm talking about
if he goes in right now, if he comes back in, he cannot put a single foot wrong after all this. He better be on that behavior with everything to be accepted back in. Because it already feels like the trust has been betrayed. You have to earn that back. Like, I'm talking like fouls go down. You can't be arguing. Like, you cannot put a foot wrong outside of football. And when you're on that pitch, you better be performing every single time and getting results.
Yeah.
Get accepted back in after this.
Yeah.
And if he
I agree with Devin.
Done.
Yeah.
I agree with Devin. Once the players will accept him back in.
Once he's proven not guilty, they will. I believe the players will welcome him back.
Yeah,
so, more likely than not.
With conditions, they will have their own meeting and sitting down and tell them, hey, because I believe because they understand how valuable a player he is and how young he is. But now that with the difference in the mentality, and you could see I'm seeing this likely the family atmosphere that you get from the players on the field, where people are doing stuff for each other, that excitement, that genuine love, camaraderie. When last have you seen United defense high-fiving?
Mm-hmm.
When last?
I don't remember. I don't remember Ferdinand doing that either. So So I believe that they will sit him down. They will sit him down, and they will, because they know what he can bring. Well,
hopefully he know with what has happened, that his mindset, that hopefully he learns, and that he has been mentally adjusting and getting that necessary help to guide and prep him psychologically for this.
With that being said, when I was his age, Trust me, I screwed up so much at that age as well too. The issue now with him is it's not like it's a one-off thing. There's multiple incidents with him with stuff. So you remember, obviously, there's the stuff with him with the COVID breaking protocol, things like that. So obviously, he's bringing negative limelight. With that being said, I am a different person now at the age I am now than when I was his age. With that being said, you need to learn from your mistakes. But if they accept you back in, you keep on repeating the same things. No, that's not acceptable. So hopefully he has grown up from this incident. Because he's been away from football now for 9 months. So hopefully this is that wake up call for him, because you know what, it just everything to me right now is screaming Ravel Morrison 2.0.
Mm-hmm.
And I hope to God that is not what this turns out to be. So I really hope, and I also really hope that he's grown up, and also some of those people around him who are not looking out for his best interest and only there just to be along for the ride. He starts realizing that and cuts off certain people and gets a good team of advisors around him. That is all I can hope for with him. Because I know he can be a good player, but he definitely needs some mature. He needs to mature.
Yeah.
With that being said, we haven't seen anything publicly about him in 9 months. So you never know what could happen between now and then. Just if he's welcome back in, he better not put a single foot wrong.
Let me just answer Courtney. No, he has not been cleared. We just talking hypothetically. Earlier in the program, one of the guests in the chat asked, if you talk about Mason Greenwood. So we just talking hypothetically. So I was asking the guys if the team would take him back, because we saw fan reaction. We also saw the club's official reaction, which is standard for clubs in terms of taking his jersey off and taking his name off the site and all of that drama. But we also know that there were players who unfollowed him on social media and all kind of thing as well. So, is also what would the players do? What do players do? I mean, obviously, I agree with Devin. He had to walk the straight and narrow.
Yeah, he had to walk the straight and narrow.
The club had to maintain its own, have to see about its own interests as well. And one of the things, Devin, I like how Devin talk about himself, because my argument for those people who just arbitrarily say, they don't say if he guilty, It is just say it arbitrarily. He should never wear a United jersey again. And I'm like, what do you mean he should not wear United? If he guilty, he shouldn't wear a United jersey. If he he should just never wear United jersey again. And but that is where we reach in the world now. A man could be accused, not even from the person who supposedly wronged, because she is not helping the police. And from my understanding, they are still an item, they're still together, right? So he are accused not even from that person, but pretty much by the internet, whoever supposedly hijacked her phone and whatever, posted those things. He accused by the internet of something. If the police don't even bring charges, or if he gets not guilty, he should never play for United again at 21 years old. I have a problem with that. I have a real problem with that. I don't care what you're accused of. You just get accused. Nothing come of it. The police in charge here. Nothing. No guilty verdict, nothing. And you're so young. People change. People can't change. I don't believe in writing off anybody, especially at that young age. 21 years old. You know, start to live. If all of us were judged by what we did when we were 21, but I don't know about all, I have ever since.
Yeah.
All of us were,
Mark and my time.
With that being said, you have to also acknowledge your own behavior. Like, looking back now, I can acknowledge my behavior from that time. Be like, yeah, looking back now, that was definitely not the right thing. So you have to realize it was wrong. Obviously, it took X amount of years for me to do it, but at least realize you were wrong then and do everything in your power to make sure it does not happen again. You can't just sit there and still hold the same grudge you had from then when you were in the wrong. So,
well, clearly it's not straightforward, Courtney, because if the police had a solid case, they would have charged the young man long time. And the fact that they keep asking for extensions and keep dragging it out,
like the TTPS, they have no case.
Tells everybody that clearly it is not as straightforward as
It's not
people
straightforward.
thought. Because if it was straightforward, they would have charged him long time.
Long time.
And it's what, 9 months plus
But-
now?
But it's how long? But it's how long you're fighting for that evidence to try and charge you. That's,
Yeah, you know, so
that
clear-
is what is disturbing, and it's ugly. It's ugly. It's there. It's out there, but it's ugly with what they do to players of color. It's ugly in the world. It's. What about this one? You never hear about this guy, this dude. Someone in that can't remember. his name.
What club?
Oh shoot! It was a couple of 2 or 3 seasons ago. I can't remember the player name.
What club?
I remember the club. But I remember. Guys, you
Because-
gotta excuse me.
That's not
I
real.
need some ginkgo.
Because if you look at for example, what is not the same thing because he has been charged. But if you look at what's going on with Manchester City's Mendy now,
Mendy.
and you're realizing that, you know, it was
Extortion.
1 charge and it was 2, I think it reached up to 8. Every few months they was charging him with another count of rape. Somebody else was coming forward or whatever the case is. And now the case is just falling apart. And more likely than not, Mendy might get off for all of the counts of rape. But what has that stigma done to his career? So even if he comes off with a no guilty, I would be surprised.
Can't erase that, huh?
I will be surprised if we ever see him in the Premier League play football. I mean, he might have to go back to France and restart his career. And I mean, is that fair to
That
the
stigma,
individual?
you can't get rid of that, huh?
But
People
that is what
always
it is.
remember that. Whether he come off not guilty or what, people going
yeah,
to always
they charge
remember
Mendy
that.
quick, even though the case falling apart now. They charge him quick, and they ain't do nothing with Greenwood yet. So, gentlemen, it's
Come
about
like-
that time. You ready to
How come like
stretch
Bill
out the bar and
Cosby?
start to sweep up?
Yeah. My drink done. So
Any parting words? Your drink done, Mark drink done. Right now, you just draining all the butter.
Yeah,
You
right.
know how long that Magnum? You know how long that Magnum done?
Nah, I try to stretch it, eh? Like the man from Fantastic Four.
Yeah, but if you guys want to, I need to organize it with some rocks. Get ready for the long time. Yes, that's a shameless work plug, but I'm making it.
Mark, any parting words?
People come out Sunday. You see, next week Sunday is a big day. All ain't going to regret it.
We
If all ain't
could be out.
subscribe yet,
We ain't
subscribe now because you see that jersey behind Devin back there? It need to be hanging in my living room. All it thing.
We ain't talk yet, Raul, but I ain't poured anything yet. But we already organized with 63 for that game,
For that game? All right.
and we're looking to do 63 and Dexter. I don't know where's the word on Dexter yet. For people in the east, but for people in the west and Trinidad and Tobago, we're going to be at 63. 9 o'clock in the morning is game time. So
If you know you can't
go to
party the
church-
night before
go to
and
church
come
on
out next
Saturday.
morning, do party.
go to church on Saturday, people.
Take your breakfast
Sunday-
or buy your
Sunday's
doubles on the
derby.
way.
Raul, parting words.
But what we gonna say? Part do fat, because in this international break with no Premier League, it's kind of boring. But here what? World Cup coming up. T minus how many weeks? 4 weeks? 5 weeks? About?
longer than that, like 8 weeks.
No, no, we are the end of September, you know. World Cup starts in the middle
I
of
like
November.
this. I like this from Grell. We should end on this.
About 4 weeks.
Yeah. We should end on what Grell just
Yeah.
said. Leave that.
But
up.
it's that's where it comes to. But as you see, no matter what, just watch my background. Just watch. That is what it's about. All about the glory. You could change your wife. You could change your drawers. You can't change your clothes.
Quoted by the man. Well, kind of quoted by the man himself.
That's right.
Devin, any parting words?
I stand by what I said before, Grell. You saying all the right things in the chat. Come on the show. come on the show, message that number, email below. You're more than welcome to come on because I think we'd have some great chats in there as well too. I cannot wait for Premier League to come back. It's been way too long since we've seen United in Premier League. I hope that we can continue the form that we had from before and keep on getting those likes on YouTube for the shirt.
Devin, I ain't like how you just advertising my shirt to give away just to win.
Well, here's the thing right now. If you don't get it, it stays with me. So
I don't like that, you know. Tell me, we have to make it look fair now. So I understand.
Trust me. My fiance, like she's been joking around now, saying that if we get to 10,000, she will unsubscribe just so it gets to 9,999.
Don't worry. When I win it, I'll sell it back.
People,
I win mash up a happy home, so I'll sell it back when I win it now. So she'll be happy.
remember, Red Devils, we don't die, we multiply. And as you
And Manchester is red.
Manchester is red.
Red. No.